Welcome to Lunch with Lawrence, Season 2, Episode 5, guys, where I'm interviewing the Cleveland entrepreneur. But this season, as you guys know, I'm interviewing couples. But today, I have the pleasure of sitting down with two people in the city that you guys are probably familiar with. Let me introduce to you Demetrius and Miesha Wilson. How you guys feeling this morning?
Pretty good. Thanks for having us.
Yes, I'm happy you guys are here. We're shooting a little early, y'all, so I think today's going to be called Brunch with Lawrence, except for Lunch with Lawrence, because today we're going to have brunch. Before we get into it, let me tell you what's on the menu.
Okay.
All right, so let me get into that. So I got my chef, Jamie Smith, coming, and we have two different meals. We have a vegan meal and a non-vegan meal, because Miesha here is vegan, right?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian, but she eats vegan.
Yes.
So let me tell you what, D, let me tell you what you eating.
Okay.
Non-vegan meal. We have lamb chops and Cajun shrimp gravy over 3 cheese grits and a cinnamon apple French toast bake.
Nice.
And then for the vegan meal, we have sweet potato hash with vegan cheese and vegan sausage grits with a cinnamon apple French toast bake as well.
I'm impressed.
So before we get into it, Miesha, what made you become vegan or vegetarian?
Ooh. So about 5 years ago, I was cooking for a holiday at the house, and just cooking and making chicken, and I think that it was under my nails. And you know how like you are cooking and tasting.
Yeah.
Well, that night after everybody left, I fell sick, and I was sick for like 4 days straight. And I just was repulsed. Like
Yeah.
that was it. That was like my second or third time getting sick from meat. I got sick from some ground turkey before,
Okay.
and it was just like it. Like I'm done with it.
Okay.
So,
Well, yeah, that's
cold
cool.
turkey.
Yeah, I was vegetarian for a few years, some years back, and then recently I kind of went back to like eating meat on like twice a week. So
Okay.
we'll see. But before we get to the interview, I like to start off with some icebreaker questions. All right. So let's start with some questions. All right. You guys can answer these however you want. You first, you second, however it goes. All right. First question: 90s hip hop and R&B or today's hip hop and R&B? You have to pick and choose.
90s all day.
That's a tough one.
He
I knew you was gonna say
he
90s.
says I'm stuck. He said I'm stuck back there. He always tell me that about my rap.
R&B, 90s, but hip hop probably
Today, this era. Yeah. Okay. This is a question I ask everybody. If you could only have 3 apps on your cell phone, what would they be? You first, D.
Waze number 1.
Waze is that the app for
Yes.
traveling?
Traffic, yeah,
Traffic.
yeah.
Okay. I'm still stuck on the Apple. I use the Apple Maps. We're going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram
Okay.
and the Toast app, because I use that for my restaurant.
Okay. We're gonna get into that. What about you?
Well, since he said it, I definitely need my map because I get lost everywhere I go. So I would definitely keep my map, but I use Apple Maps. And then I would use Instagram because that's like news for me now.
It is.
And that's the way I market my businesses. And then my banking app. I like to know what was
You
going
know
on.
what's going on with the money.
Right.
Okay. That's good. Miesha, red wine or white wine?
Red all day.
Okay. About you?
I would go with white. I'm more into sweet wine.
Okay. What's your favorite type of red?
Sangria.
Okay. I'm a cab guy. What about you for the white?
I don't really
Pinot
drink
or
wine,
okay.
but I'll take like a Riesling.
Okay. All right. Just a few more. All expense paid vacation on a remote island or all expense paid vacation on a cruise? 7 days though.
Give me a remote island.
She hates me.
Yeah. I can do a cruise for 3 days and then that's
Yeah, 7 days is a lot.
Yeah.
It's very excessive. What about you? But then stuck on an island for 7 days, same
stuff.
Same
There's more
stuff.
stuff going on the cruise. And more people to interact with. I go with the cruise.
Go with the cruise. Okay, so we got some differences here, y'all. We got some differences here.
And he loves to travel.
Okay. 2 more. Speaking of traveling, window seat or aisle seat?
We know this answer. I have to sit on the aisle at the end because I
Okay.
need to be able to. I use the bathroom a lot. So I
Okay.
I'll take the window.
Take the window? Okay. Last one. Would you rather have $1 million liquid cash or own $1 million in real estate?
I'm gonna let him go first.
I would rather own $1 million in real estate because that's going to require more money.
There we go. Okay. There's no wrong or right or wrong answer. What you feel about you, Miesha?
I feel like I would want the
Use
$1
that
million.
banking app. See that $1 million just sitting in your account like, woo!
But I would like the liquid cash because I can invest in more than just real estate. I would rather have the money that I can invest in businesses, real estate, whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, those are the icebreaker questions, guys. They did pretty good on those. What y'all doing? Let me know what y'all think. All right. So before we start talking about the businesses, I want to do things a little differently because typically I ask this question later on, and I was like, you know what? I need to start asking this question in the beginning of the podcast. So, how did you two meet? Yeah, how did you two meet? I want to know how you guys.
You ever heard the Usher song "I Want to Make Love in His Club"?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, we met in
We met at a club.
in a couple clubs.
in a couple clubs.
Yeah, it used to be a place called was it the Chaos?
The Chaos. Whoa, I remember.
Flats.
Yeah.
Downtown.
So I have the picture actually. I had on this it was a style back then. Girls would wear this real long scarves, and I walked past him and he pulled the scarf, and I kind of like jerked back and was like irritated, like why would you pull my scarf like that? But the true story of it is we met that night and physically talked that night. But my best friend Rashonda knew him from her neighborhood.
Shout out to Rashonda.
Yes, so. I kind of had seen him out in bars and places, but that was the day that I guess he took the leap. And I actually thought that they dated before. So I said, absolutely not. Like, you used to talk to my friend. He's like, I ain't never talked to her. So she was there with me. I went and got her. I was like, didn't you used to talk to that guy? She was like, nah, I ain't never talked to him. And I was like, so okay. So that's how we talk.
So, D, how did you know Miesha was the one for you?
After actually dating, she was just like a real good girl, like something I wasn't really used to. She wasn't really materialistic and she had a lot of goals. Yeah, she was very ambitious.
That's what's up. And how long have you guys been married?
14 years.
14 years. This year?
This year.
Congratulations on that. That's
you.
major. That's major. All right, man. So I want to get into some of these businesses that you guys have. So I have a couple notes here, and D, I know you're in the restaurant business. I have a couple here, but I think there's more. Legend Seafood and Chicken. What else? What else do you got going on?
A couple real estate ventures. Airbnbs, commercial properties. Okay,
and then Miesha, you have New Life Fitness Camp and now Juicy Vegan, right?
Yep.
All right, okay. So I want to know, Miesha, what was your first business though? Like, what was your first hustle? You know, like as far as becoming an entrepreneur, did you have anything before these two businesses?
Honestly, I never wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
It was never a goal of mine. I was a person that wanted to just get degrees and run other people's corporations. And I had gained a lot of weight. I lost it in another program like mine in the city. And then some friends asked me to work them out in their house. And it just kind of went from there. Yeah,
because that was gonna be my question. Like, I wanted to know, like, what motivated you to get into like fitness? You know,
I had gained 70 pounds. My daughter's 21, and I had never been big. I was always very small.
Yeah.
And so that was like shell shock for me. 70 pounds heavier, and that's just kind of I did really good in the program that I was in, and then people was like, you motivate me, help me. So I was like training people in my basement, their basements, like all around the city. And it just grew. Like by the end of the first year, I had like 300 clients. And it was like unheard of.
So how long have you been in business?
16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 25 when I opened. I was 25 when I started in the basement, and 26 when I opened my first actual location.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. D, for the restaurant business, why restaurants?
It was kind of always like a dream of mine. When I was young, my grandfather used to take me to a place called Lancers, which was like a
Lancers.
Yeah, it was like a black-owned.
Yeah, it's a Cleveland staple.
Yes.
Yeah. So back in the day, it was like a real big deal. And once he took me there, I was just like, this is what I want to do. A black person own this? Oh, yeah, I need one of these.
Yeah.
So that became like one of my goals.
Yeah. What was your first business?
First business, I done had like a multitude of
The
businesses.
car wash. You bought it from Mo.
Car Wash 55.
Yeah.
Car Wash 55? Was that on East 55th or
Yes,
something?
it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that was my first.
How old were you when you got into entrepreneurship? Like, how old were you when you first started?
Probably was like 29.
Yeah, probably 29.
Okay.
29-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what made you want to just get into being an entrepreneur?
Did you open trades?
I just really always wanted to work for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that building a legacy for myself and my family, I would have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Now, when you two met, were you guys already entrepreneurs? Yes, you said 16 years in New Life, right? Well,
No, I just worked at
well, y'all were
Progressive.
married 14 years, but you had enough for 16. So y'all met when y'all were a lot younger.
Well, I was 24 going on 25 when I met him, and I worked just like at a call center at Progressive.
Okay.
I was in college.
Well, Miesha, you like you 24, 25 now.
I'll take that, thank you. But no, seriously, I was getting ready to graduate with my bachelor's degree, and I was burnt out. Like I'm talking about, like I hate school. I will never want to write a paper. And he talked me to going back for my master's. His mother is very educated. She is like went for her PhD, and he's like, no, you need to get this education and keep doing and keep going. I was like, I don't want to do it no more. So he talked me into it. I got my master's degree, and in the midst of getting the master's degree is when New Life came to fruition.
Yeah.
And so I had to make a decision. Because I couldn't do it. Was like the master's degree. I had a 4-year-old daughter. I'm working at. It was a lot, so I had to give something up. And the business was growing, so I decided to give my 2-week notice to my job and leave.
So where's New Life located?
There's 2 locations. We're located on Waterloo Road in Cleveland, and then we're located on Northfield Road in North Randall.
And the first location was Waterloo?
Yes, and we've been there 16 years, and then we had another location on Superior, which we closed in 2015. But the 3rd location I opened in 2011, so what is that, 11 years now? That one is still going, so those 2.
So what were some of the challenges getting into that industry, like starting a fitness
honestly, group fitness was not as popular back then as it is. To be quite honest, and I'm not being funny, it kind of started here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like, people that you see doing this, a lot of places, new people here in Cleveland, especially like in Atlanta, a lot of people from Cleveland would be down there, and that's kind of how they became hip to it. Because we opened a place in Atlanta back in like 2010, and there was no other boot camp. There was one other person or 1 or 2 people, but they were doing them outside. Nobody had like an indoor boot camp.
Yeah.
So it was like, if we had stuck that out, we would have definitely pioneered that.
She actually got pregnant.
Yeah,
like
got
we had
pregnant.
an apartment down there, going back and forth every week, and she got pregnant with my daughter.
Okay.
And I get really sick, pregnant, and I could not fly twice a week anymore. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So we had to we didn't have like more than 20, 30 clients at the time. So it's like, I can't do it.
Okay. I want to jump back to the restaurant industry, right? So, I don't know if you answered this question, but like in the restaurant industry, what are the challenges when it comes to owning and operating a restaurant? You know, is it difficult? Is there things you have to look out for? Is there things that you need to have in place?
Well, my biggest challenge was learning the margins, being profitable. In the beginning.
Okay.
But going into the restaurant industry, I was lucky to partner with somebody who was already established in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
For my first restaurant. But right now, the challenge is employees. Nobody really wants to work.
Nobody wants to work. Everybody still got that money.
We've never seen it like this.
Yeah, I've been hearing that from a lot of people.
So I've always been like on the managerial side, so I'm in the background.
Yeah.
But when I came in with my first restaurant, my partner made me. He owned a restaurant called Zanzibar, which is really popular in Cleveland. So before we partnered up, he made me work in the restaurant for like 3 months.
Smart.
And learn every position. So that was really. I took advantage of that, and that was really godsend. So. At this point now, like I'm cooking, running the register, washing
doing
dishes.
everything.
I'm doing everything.
Yeah,
because
but you know what? You working in your business.
That's cool, but
And
that was never the plan.
Right.
You
I know. But so this is I guess what I'm getting at, hearing you say that is like, you know, you're gonna put that work in. You're gonna do what it takes for the business to keep going.
For sure.
Until things could pick back up.
Yes.
As far as getting
but
employees.
The goal was to start this up, make sure it's running smooth, so I can go and do other things,
stuff.
You know what I
Right.
mean? But now I'm stuck here every day like a job.
Yeah.
Because when he opened that, he was in the midst of flipping a house.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, I'm going to do this, flip this house, and then have the employees running this, and it just didn't.
And so what business is it? What restaurant is this again?
Legend Seafood and Chicken.
Legend Seafood and Chicken. Where's it located?
It's located in East Lake on Vine Street.
East Lake on Vine Street. What's the most popular thing on the menu?
It changes. Right now, it's the fish basket. So, you know, we sell catfish, orange roughy, perch, salmon, and whiting. So the baskets come with the fish, the fries, coleslaw.
Okay.
So that's probably the most popular right now.
Okay. So another question for you, since we're still on restaurants. So what are the top 3 things needed to have a successful restaurant? You know, and I know it's a lot of things, but what are the first 3 things that come to your mind? For example, I think of location. I think of the vibe. I think of a good menu. I think of a good staff for, you know, customer service. But just give me 3. Whether those are different things I mentioned.
Definitely location. Definitely service and good food. Location, service, and good food.
Miesha, for the industry of fitness, I mean, what do you need to have a successful?
You have to have energetic trainers. You have to have people who motivate you to walk back through the door, because staying motivated to work out is one of the hardest things in life.
Yeah.
So if the trainer is just standing there, blah blah blah, it's like you just need people to motivate you to come back. I think that the systems, you have to have systems in place, and great customer service.
Okay. Yeah.
Great customer service. If you don't have integrity in customer service, I think my whole business has been built on integrity and customer service.
Customer service is, I just had this conversation with somebody, I think yesterday, about how important customer service is.
It is.
No matter what. Yeah.
And now that I'm venturing into the restaurant market.
Yeah. That's what we about to get into right now. Juicy Vegan. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Juicy Vegan real quick. So what is Juicy Vegan?
Juicy Vegan is a vegan and vegetarian comfort food and carry out. So my idea of it was, so I've always had smoothie bars. Let's start there.
Okay.
Inside of my gyms, in every location, there's always been a smoothie bar.
Okay.
But I've never had food.
Yeah.
So the smoothie bars, people on the outside, customers, don't patronize it as much because they think it's just for the members. So for years, literally, I've had smoothie bars over 12, 13 years.
Wow.
But only the members would buy the smoothies. So you really cannot sustain a business just off of the members.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't want it to just be the members because they're already paying me to work out. I'm not trying to hound you to keep buying stuff.
Right.
So about 7-8 months ago, I was renting out, or last year, I was renting the smoothie bars out. He had told me, like, you need to step away. They're not profitable. Let somebody else rent them from you, which I did. And then their ventures kind of fizzled out. So they've been just sitting empty for months, like 7-8 months. So I told him, I was like, I think I want vegan food because I'm always looking for food.
Yeah.
We go on date nights, I got to eat off the sides all the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I want to put
Been
something
there.
that I can eat. So he said, babe, I don't think that that's the market for that. It's like, because on Waterloo, it's like, yes, in the middle of the hood, like, no. And Lawrence, it has been amazing.
Yeah.
The people that are eating this food are not even vegan. It's the people that eat meat. They're killing it.
Yeah. I gotta come check it out.
It's really, really good.
What's the best thing on the menu?
Definitely
the number one seller.
The vegan Philly.
The vegan Philly.
The mushrooms, onions, peppers. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of vegan, Chef Jamie just walked in the house. What's up, Jamie?
Hello.
Yeah, I already told him what's on the menu, Jamie, so we're excited.
Cool.
That's what's up. I wanted to get into marriage and business. All right. So, you two have your separate businesses, all right? But then, are you guys partnershiped on any businesses?
Definitely.
Okay. And what are those?
So recently, New Life has been in this building on Waterloo for 16 years renting.
Yeah.
So we always wanted to buy it. times our credit wasn't right. We didn't have the money.
Yeah.
The previous owner acted like he was going to sell it to us, and then he sold it to somebody else under our nose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was like that was bad. So with the new owner, they ended up getting a divorce, and he was considering selling it to us. So we were ready.
Yeah.
The price wasn't right, but we were definitely ready. So he ended up passing away, but before he passed, he had mentioned to his mom that he wanted Miesha to have this building. So the building is not just New Life; it's an 8,000 square foot building, and New Life only takes 4,000 square feet.
Well, the building's actually like
12,000
square feet.
Yeah.
So we ended up buying that building.
Nice.
This year. Was that this year?
November last year.
Hey. Yes, that's major.
So that's an investment. We started an investment company, MyD Investments, Formation D, and so all of our. So we also. So he purchased. So I purchased a house when I was like 25 years old.
Yeah.
And I fell into like bad times with it. I was just going through a rough patch in business. And they were like we were about to take the house. And he said, no, you had this house too long. I'm going to pay the house off. So he paid the house off.
He said what?
He said, you had this house way too long to give it away.
Like, I'm just going to give it back.
Yeah. He was like, no, you're not. So I'm going to pay this house off. That
dope.
was like a gift for me.
Yeah.
And he paid the house off. And then we turned the house into an Airbnb, which now we put under our investment company. So technically it's both of ours.
I love it, man. See that working together, y'all. See that? I'm gonna support you. You know what? Listen, you fall on hard times, we both fall on hard times. So I got it. We both got it.
Which was a big thing for us because coming into marriage, I made a lot of money with the businesses. Yeah. He was still just trying to figure out exactly what he wanted to do because the business he didn't talk about was the bar drape that he had with another person here in Cleveland. And it had like a nice little run. But the thing with that was he began to become really popular and he was making money. Yeah. And so now New Life was kind of becoming like old news to say, you know, in the city. And so like sometimes membership was up, membership was down, and he would have to step in and hold us down when, you know, to the outside world look like I'm killing it, but I'm struggling over here. Yeah.
So what are the benefits of doing business with your spouse? You know, like what benefits? I mean, y'all kind of said it. You help each other out, right?
We help each other out, but it's a mindset. Yeah. It's an entrepreneurial. It's a grit and a grind that you respect. Like sometimes when someone is just working corporate and the other person is doing entrepreneurship, you think that the other person is working less because you don't have to go check into but it's a constant all day. I got to market, I got to do sales, I got to run it. It's a lot of work on both ends, so you can't ever discount what the other person is going through, right?
So D, with everything, like just like you said, she's so busy. You know, you're busy, right? You guys are both in your separate industries, but y'all still come together and you got investments together. So, like, is it ever challenging to turn off business or work and when it comes to spending quality time together? You know, is it always like, y'all conversations mainly business? Y'all still got a dinner date tonight?
Listen.
Y'all go on vacation? What is it like?
It kind of used to be.
Talk about it.
Because in the beginning, we worked together. Like, I was a trainer in New Life. So, we'd be together all day and we know the challenges that's going on with the business. We'd talk about it. And that just became a part of life. Like, you know, that's a part of the conversation. Yeah. But at this point, it's kind of like it comes up, but, you know.
But tables have definitely turned. Like, when I first had New Life and we would go on trips and stuff and I would be just constantly on my phone, he would be so upset. Put the phone down, turn it off, you know. But when he became a business owner, he understood. A lot of things that he used to fuss about, I see him do now, and I don't dwell on it, but I'll point it out, make sure. See, that's how I used to feel.
Right side, yeah.
But then on the flip side of that, I think the most beautiful part of it is that we both. I call him head of entertainment in our relationship. Okay. He knows when I need a break. Yeah. Like he can just sense it. I don't know what it is. He has literally, I'm in different organizations. He will reach out to the people in the organization. My wife will not be there. She's I'm taking her out of town. Yeah. Like, he's definitely head of entertainment.
I like that. I want to go back and talk about the importance of partnerships. You know, is it good? Is it bad? Because you mentioned something about, you know, you had partnered up with some people, like the owner of Zanzibar or other partners for your first place that the Drape.
Bar.
So, elaborate a little bit more on like the importance of, you know, partnerships and connecting with people, relationships.
Relationships are paramount. I believe relationships are more valuable than money.
Facts.
But as far as partnerships, it can be challenging. Just got to have the same work ethic, and be on the same page. In the beginning, you know, we all talk a good game. We're gonna do this and do that.
Right.
But
yeah,
when it comes down to putting the work in, and you know, nobody want to feel like they're being taken advantage of. So I love partnerships because it takes the workload off of you. You know what I mean, you can split it up if it's structured right. But if it's the wrong person, it's not gonna work out.
Do you think it's important to have everything on paper, black and white?
It is.
No matter if you go into business with a friend.
No matter how cool y'all are.
He is write it down. He want everything
on
paper. Just from
Yeah.
experience, you know.
Yeah.
We'll say all these things we're gonna do together, and we're gonna break the money up like this, and once it comes down to it don't work out like that.
Do y'all put stuff on paper between y'all two?
We have recently. We didn't used to ever. Because honestly, one of the reasons I married him is because of his value of marriage. Yeah. He asked me to marry him 3 times. The third time I said yes. The first 2 I didn't think he was ready. Okay. But it was just because he has a strong value of marriage. Like I knew that when we said yes, I wasn't worried about him walking away from me ever. Yeah. And so I just that's something I don't worry about. So, but we had that conversation because I was like, you know, I feel like I might want to get a prenup, and it went real south, real bad. So that means you don't think I'm about to be here. You know, he's always made it clear, I don't want nothing you got. Yeah. Whatever you got before me is yours. Yeah. So we had those tough conversations that I think people don't want to have, and it's so important because you have to be on the same
tough conversations are very important.
Definitely.
All right. So the last set of questions is Cleveland. All right. So real quick, what part of Cleveland are you from?
We're from the same neighborhood, from the Glenville neighborhood. Well, Glenville neighborhood. I'm from East 105th Street.
What about you, Miesha?
I'm from 118th in St. Clair. So we don't consider them the same. But we are both from the Glenville neighborhood.
Okay. Why is it not considered the same thing? 105 and 118 is completely different, huh?
It's, you know, it's a little rivalry there.
Okay. Is this that was back in the day though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were young. I mean, it still goes on to this day, but we're not a part of that. Yeah.
And my best friend is from 105. They grew up literally on the same street.
How do you feel about Cleveland today regarding just, you know, business and, you know?
Well, for me, I love Cleveland to my core. I'm born and raised here. I did all my school studies here. I've raised my family here. We're on our last baby. If it was up to him, we would have been gone years ago. Okay. He's been trying to get me moved to Atlanta for probably 10 years. Okay. But he wants better weather. But I'm very, very family oriented. And I just feel like we could not have raised these babies and ran these businesses without the help of, like, one of my aunts is like another mother to my kids.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so important. Yeah, it's so important. And that was gonna be my next question. So for you, like, do you two see yourself staying here and living in Cleveland? Do you guys see yourself elsewhere, or kind of like how I do? I live in Georgia, but I still got my house here. So I'm kind of living in 2 places.
As of right now, I would love to leave. This place is depressing to me. When I go other places and come back, it's like, oh man, doom and gloom. But I would love to live somewhere else. But I don't think it could happen no time soon because of the business we have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because do you see yourself like, and again, I'm not in the restaurant industry, so it's hard for me to figure that out. Your business, I feel like, is easier to go to a different state, set up shop, open up a fitness center, people can come. Restaurants, you got to learn the city, you got to learn dealing with the city, the health board and inspectors and zoning and liquor license and all that stuff. So it may be a little more difficult to open up in a different state, you know.
But the restaurant thing, I'm more so into my real estate stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So the restaurant thing, if I had the opportunity to get up and go, I would leave that stuff.
Okay.
Or try to see if I can make it.
And we didn't talk much about real estate, but you know, so D is into real estate investing, Airbnbs, all that good stuff, and residential. And then you guys got the commercial. Congratulations on that, because I want to get into some commercial.
Yeah.
Well, our vision for the commercial right now is to create like incubator spaces that other people can rent.
Yes.
Small spaces, and we can have what architects said, maybe 9 or 10 spaces on the first floor, and then we have a whole upstairs that we may could turn into Airbnb. So we're kind of weighing our options right
listen,
now.
y'all, that's what's up.
And I just recently bought another commercial property.
Right.
So,
Look, see, listen, y'all, they forgetting what they own, what they bought. That's how you know they busy. Oh, y'all forgot I just bought another commercial property.
Right.
He
Not
literally
a
called me
house.
like, babe, I just bought this building. This was like 3 weeks ago.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. What advice can you give other couples looking to start a business together? Now hold on. Now Alexa, nobody asked me what time it was. I got Alexa over here talking about it's 10:40. It's 10:41. So yeah, what advice can you guys give other couples that are looking to go into business together, to start a business on their own?
Well, I'm gonna just speak to the individual first, and I'll let him talk about the couples. But individually, I always say I believe that people should build the business first. Like, build the business while you have an income coming in. Do not jump out the tree and just put the whole family in a bind. Quit working, everything. You have no income because you're trying to build a business. Yeah. Let the business pay you first, and then make that your sole thing. But go ahead.
I think that this is probably the best partner I ever had because the trust is there. I know that she wouldn't cross me out for no money or, you know what I mean?
You're so sweet.
But I think that's probably your best partner because you know that person really has your back. You know what I mean?
Do you all recommend getting into a business before you're married, like with your girlfriend, or they become your fiance? Or
see, that's when you need the paperwork in place.
Or get into business once y'all officially married, got the rings on, it's court documented, it's just last name.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I just think you should always put paperwork in place, especially when children are involved. Yeah. If something happens to one of you, and you have outside children, like we have a blended family. Yeah. He had 2 children, and then I have one, and then we have one together. Yeah. So I never want my kids, something to happen to us, they're fighting over assets. Right. So it's important for me in that regard that things are like set in stone. Yeah. And you have this, you run this, you run that. That's it. So I think paperwork, and when you're not married, you need to put things in writing.
Okay.
Now, as far as a couple going into business that are not married, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
If the foundation is right and you guys trust each other like that, I mean, go for it, but
still put it on paper, though.
He's very big on trust, if you haven't noticed. He says that word a lot. Yeah. If he don't trust you, it just can't happen. Okay. I've been blessed to not have to deal with partnerships. Not blessed, but, you know, it's like I just haven't had to deal with partnerships. But I think he's done, his partners that he's had have ended well. It's not been like, you know, drama or anything. Yeah. So that's been a blessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last question, man. And I think we kind of answered this earlier, but where can my viewers find your businesses, and what are your social media handles?
So the restaurant is Legend Seafood and Chicken. We are on Instagram as Legends CLE.
Yeah.
Legends CLE.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have New Life Fitness Camp, and that's the name on Instagram, NULIFE Fitness Camp. We have 2 locations here in Cleveland. We offer virtual classes online, and you can work out with us live. So we have New Life TV, where you can do it on your own. Yeah. 365 days a year. And then we have New Life Live, where we can see you work out with us at home. That's my favorite. And then we have Juicy Vegan, which is new and upcoming. We're actually about to open a second location already. So I'm excited. We're putting a Juicy Vegan inside of our Northfield location. Okay. Just waiting on the contractors to get finished. So that's what we're doing now. So just stay tuned. I'm excited to be able to offer the city a delicious meatless option, like something that's actually good. And so our Instagram for that is Juicy Vegan with 2 N's.
Okay, Juicy Vegan with 2 N's.
Yes.
Man, this has been a pleasure having you guys on my podcast. Thank you too for coming out.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
You know, now we're about to have brunch because, like I said, Jamie hooked it up, right, Jamie?
Yeah, y'all said.
Look, yeah, Jamie. Listen, Jamie was excited to make this vegan meal too. Okay, because she texted me like, "I'm so excited to cook this vegan meal."
Because so many times, like, you just don't get, especially when you said vegan sausage, I kind of lit up because. Like when people think of giving you a vegan meal, it's always just like these sides. It's never like a vegan meat. So I'm excited about that.
Yes. Oh. You can take your phones out now. You can take your phone out now, Miesha. Y'all take your phone out now. You know, just make sure y'all tag Lunch with Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tag Next Level Caterers.
Yes. We just saw her at the Taste of Cleveland event.
Yes. Listen, Jamie is doing her thing, y'all.
I'm trying. Look,
she is doing her thing.
I love these podcasts because I soak up so much information in a little bit of time that
I know that's right.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. New life.
This is
new life. Next Level Caterers.
This is a completely vegan meal by Next Level Caterers. Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
They like, don't give me a...
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yes. Wow. You still recording right there? Okay, all right, cool. All right, well, hey, y'all, that is a wrap. We appreciate you guys watching. And, until next time, y'all. Until next time. Peace.